Ah, but there is a material up there. How do I get that? I assume I have to come back around. Death sentence. Oh, yeah. Ooh, learn the enemy skill, death sentence. That's interesting. I think I have seen an instant death skill, but I only had it happen once when I was doing the grinding for the 30,000 gil. And yes. Sense, fire, lightning, restore, heal. Let's see. I don't think I got a second armlet, did I? Oh, I did. Nice. And then more materia. Do restore all, sense, heal. Okay. Again, if I get caught up in too many random battles, I will turn them off just so I can get the materia stuff, explore a bit better. An odd-shaped rock. Break it open, leave it as is. Leave it as is for now? Because this seems like it's going to be more of a puzzle than it is an actual place to get out. Let's see. Okay, I think I need to do this. Yeah, forced fights. Hello. Interesting. Skewer. Ifrit. The system is cheaper, the games aren't. Nintendo still sell Breath of the Wild at full price and never lowers prices, but for some reason people think it is the cheaper option. Well, one of the things that I took advantage of is the Nintendo Switch voucher system, but they don't seem to be doing that, and that's a bit of a shame. I think there's also a bit of uncertainty about whether there's going to be a region lock, because apparently they are selling a Japan-only Nintendo Switch 2, so that you can only buy it from Japan, because obviously that's their domestic market, and they want to make sure they have their core market, let's say. But yeah, I've seen a lot of people, like on the Treehouse streams, for example, the comments have always been, drop the price, and basically they're just making sure that people make their frustrations known. But at the same time, I think the pre-orders have been selling out from all of the retailers that have been doing them. So unfortunately, I think Nintendo are they're gonna get away with it, you know? I mean, it's not great, but like I said, it's kind of the reality of the time we're in at the moment. Alright, did I break that open? I think I did. Down here. A funny looking rock. Yeah, I don't know. It's obviously not great in terms of prices, and I do hope they do something to incentivize you buying multiple games, because buying games digitally would normally be the more expensive option, but here it seems like they've done it the other way around, where the physical option is the more expensive option, like making it $70 for digital and $80 for physical. I mean, it's nice to see that digital is less expensive, but I guess again, it's like not this way is what people didn't. It's not what people wanted. So, okay, that turned off that. Strange looking rock. That's another fight. I do hope they do a Nintendo Switch voucher system. Like, taking advantage of regional pricing is nice as well, but the voucher system is what saved the most amount of money. I don't know. But the other thing is that, like you say, the system itself actually seems like a decent piece of hardware for the price. I mean, I don't know what the Steam Deck pricing structure's like, But it seems like it's about on par, if not even a little bit better. The Nintendo Store, it's 510 euros. Interesting. Okay. 510 euros. Is that more or less expensive than the PlayStation 5? Ooh. Everyone's here's a ghost of the Gi tribe killed in a certain battle. A certain battle? The vengeful spirits of the Gi didn't disappear and couldn't return to the live stream. We still have far to go. Okay. Right, I do want to get that materia though. How do I get the materia? Also, that definitely looks like a person pinned up against the wall, actually. Now that I looked at it a little bit in more depth. Alright, I have to come around on the other side anyway. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Hellfire! There we go. Oh, she got poisoned. Interesting. Right now, probably more expensive than the PlayStation 5. Yeah, that's a bit of a tricky one. Like, you can always point to the portability as being like a selling point, but a lot of people will probably be like, why would I play a Nintendo Switch? Oh dear. Okay. Slippery oil, I guess. Well, I mean, you're going to buy a Nintendo Switch 2 for Nintendo games, right? You're not going to buy it for other stuff. Added effects. Okay, what? Whoa! Okay. Well, let's go ahead and cure. Thank you. Okay. Materia. Let's see. Adds materia status to equipped weapon or armor. I'm not entirely sure what that means. That's materia element. Materia status. Okay. I'll put it on Aerith for now, but I have to figure out what that actually means in practice. Yeah, software exclusives too now. Yeah, well, I mean, it's not Bloodborne 2, but the Duskbloods is effectively almost very similar to Bloodborne 2, right? But yeah, that will be another selling point to say, oh yeah, if you want to buy the next newest game from Software, you probably need a Nintendo Switch too. But interestingly enough, it does seem like, oh, you can just walk on this normally. It's when you start running that's a problem. That's nice. It does seem like, from what I've heard so far, the Duskbloods, yeah, it's a PvPvE apparently. So what that means is it's more like Night Rain than it is like Bloodborne. So for people that were looking for Bloodborne 2, they're still going to be like, oh, you know what, I can skip that. It's on Nintendo Switch 2, I don't care, I'll just leave it, you know? But yeah, it seems like that's a... I think, if Night Rain's out this year, and Duskbloods is out next year, they would have had to been in development pretty much like simultaneously, right? Because you don't get a gap of a year between games anymore. Yeah, it's interesting, kind of like, what is the strategy from Software? They're obviously testing the waters. The other thing as well is that you could technically, like, count all of their games since Demon Souls as PvPvE, right? Because all you have to do is say, well, you've got PvE, and then you can also be invaded. So that's the PvP. So there's your PvPvE. But because they've never described, like, Dark Souls or Bloodborne or Elden Ring as PvPvE, then it must be a different type of style of game. I mean, Pimmsy's still excited to play it, obviously. So you can't skip it for us. But because it's 2026 and we don't know when in 2026, it could be a while. Okay. Right. So there's a couple of chests. How do I get those chests? There's one over here. Ether. Okay. And then... oh, that's a dead end. Fair enough. I do wonder whether I can actually come back to this place. I'll use my healing range. Do some normal attacks this time. But yeah, no, otherwise the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct was very good in terms of software and very bad in terms of pricing because they didn't actually explain anything on the pricing. You had to find that out afterwards. And then there was a lot of complaining and, you know, a lot of misinformation happening afterwards. Okay, death sentence. Alright, so death sentence is poison over time. That's fine. Oh, it's not even poison, it's MP poison over time. Ooh, so close. M tentacles. What is M tentacles? Bio 3 on all opponents. Oh, this is how you run from battles. Right, that does make sense actually. The smoke bomb is a classic item to use to get away from something. Black M phone. Okay, so I can't I forget I can't equip stuff on party members that aren't actually in the party. Yeah. Sure, alright. Let's move on. This way, I guess? Yeah, up here. As you can see, this cave leads to the back of Cosmo Canyon. Even though the Gi outnumbered us, they could not attack through here because the passage is too narrow. Let's move on. Oh, 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 oh. I'm trying to think what the other standouts of the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct was. I mean, so the obvious one is Mario Kart World. Then there is, of course, Donkey Kong Bonanza. That's a good one. The heavy hitters of the third party, so Elden Ring, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Hitman plus James Bond game that will be on the Switch too. What else? Oh, all the sports games, so EA, FC, EA Sports, Wrestling 2K, Basketball 2K. Oh dear. Alright, let's go this way then, I guess. Is that right? Okay. Where is this going? Oh, came back the same way? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, alright, I need to find the right one. Ah! Forced battle! But yeah, overall, the games were very good. Alright, let's look what this is. I still don't know when I would buy it, says Reaper. Maybe I'll wait until Monolith appears and reveal that they're releasing a game 4 months after the announcement. Well, that's the thing. So the Switch 2 comes out in June. Mario Kart World on the same day. I didn't actually look at this monster's health, so I need to do sense again. Stinger, level 25. 1842. Okay. So, Mario Kart World in June. Donkey Kong Bonanza in July. There's obviously there's lots of third parties around the time that it comes out. All the other Nintendo stuff didn't have a specific date. Demon Ex Machina didn't have a specific date. What else? Whoa, that was a lot of damage. Yeah, let's use that healing wind. Whoa, that is doing so much. Let's not mess around with this, because this is effectively a boss. What else? I'm drawing a blank on a lot of stuff. Like, Hogwarts Legacy is going to get a Switch 2 version. There's Switch 2 versions for Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Kirby Forgotten Land. I wasn't expecting that. No Smash Ultimate, which kind of implies that they're not going to do a Smash game for a little while, because they want to have a buffer. What else was there? I don't know, it'll come to me later, I guess. But yeah, that's the thing, is like, I can't really complain about the games they showed, because the games look good. Is this all the way through? Yeah. Fairy Ring. Okay. I can probably take off the fire one. Poison and Darkness. Actually, I'll keep the fire ring on for now, just because it does look like we're in a slightly fiery area. Fairy Ring is just better than that anyway, so... let's use an ether, or 2, or 3. Go from there. Okay. So this goes all the way up there. So there has to be a path that kind of loops around, which would be this one. No? Dead end? Complete dead end? There we go. Alright. Sledfang! Fire 2! Ice 2! 400? 500. Kill it with fire. Okay, it's just the amount of damage it does is pretty good. Oh, careful, Aerith. Oh yes, Sakurai was working on Kirby Air Raiders. That's the other thing that says that Smash is not going to come out for a while. Is because, yes, Kirby Air Ride exists. Yeah, let's see this. But yeah, I'm sure people were very much looking forward to Air Riders, because it's been about 20 years or so. Yeah, that was, but again, that didn't have a specific date, did it? That was only 2025, I think. Right, let's get some potions. I don't think they actually said when Elden Ring was coming out, did they? X potion. Alright. How do you get that chest then? It's all the way up there. So that loops around. So this one's up the middle. You have to jump across, jump down. Do I have to go up and then to the left? I'll probably have to go up and to the left then. Yeah. There's probably other... Oh wow, he does really terrible damage on magic. My goodness. Ooh. And it seems like Sting Bomb is a retaliation attack. Alright, okay. Kokomo! Yeah, there's probably lots of other things I'm forgetting from the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, but... Oh, yeah, the mouse controls. The, drag cross drive, which is essentially Nintendo Rocket League, where you have a wheelchair and you play basketball, wheelchair basketball with others. 3v3. So it's like a sports game. And yeah, it's very Rocket League styled. But you have to use both Joy-Cons as mice to simulate you pushing the wheels. That seemed like an interesting one. It was good of, like, from representation. I don't actually know how well it'll actually play. Oh yeah, here we go. So we've got the chest here. Turbo Ether! But it was nice to see, at least. They announced a lot of things together, some of them at launch and some of them 2025. Yeah. This warrior went through the cave all alone, fighting attackers one after another. Grandpa, that warrior. Woo-hoo-hoo, we're almost there. Couldn't squeeze through the door. Let's just do normal attacks to get through this. Oh, I can't do that now. No, not that. Fire. There we go, that's better. Treehouse did a live stream playing it. Yes, I think I've seen like Mario Kart World and DK Bonanza being played. But again, a lot of the focus was mostly on the chat just saying drop the price. So yeah. We'll see how that turns out for Nintendo, I guess. I don't think it'll make a massive difference, but it might. You never know. Also, wow. There is a giant head here. Is this a boss? What is this? Grandpa, is he? After death, the ghosts of the Gi, like stagnant air. This can't be! Ooh. Yep, that's a boss. They were playing it on a table. Some people apparently said that it might work well on your legs too, but if Nintendo expects you to play it on your sofa with it. Are you talking about the mouse controls, aren't you? Ah! Interesting, interesting. Sense. We'll do Blade Beam. But yeah, I think I nullified that attack from Cloud. Good idea to keep the fire ring on. Yes, and it is an extra enemy in the fight. Good. Yep. Nullify, thank you. Ice 2. Oh, wrong one? Oh, okay, that's fine. Summon Shiva. Weak against holy power. Interesting. Oh, it's healing itself. I see, I see. Mouse controls for a whole game in which you need to use both arms. Well, I mean, yeah. The problem is that it was always going to be... There was always going to be some game that took advantage of the new control system. So in the Switch, it was arms. So in this Switch 2, it's drag drive. And yeah, it's going to get very tiring on your arms, I think. But they'll point to it to be like a, oh yeah, this is a, you know, this is a game for exercising. Oh, I'm so glad I kept the firing run. Is that? Yeah, it's got it. Cool. Alright. Ice 2, go. That's fine, I can tank that. Ice 2, go. I'll do a normal tank. It will be interesting to see how the mouse controls work in the other games, like Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Because it seemed like to be relatively seamless, but I don't actually know how it'll act in practice. Like you say, sitting on the sofa and doing it on your legs. Wow, I mean, if they're just gonna attack Cloud, then this fight is a GG, I'm afraid. Alright, I think I need to heal next. Sled Fang. Thank you, Aerith. Let's try bolts. So bolt does 200. It's not too bad. Didn't kill it on that. Wow. There we go. 129 on the hit. Okay, so I think still using materia and magic with Red 13 is better. Oh, you know what? I've not actually used Rama yet on Aerith. And just after I said that, the fight is over. Typical. Alright. 1,800. Breath of the Earth gained. And a Wiser Staff. Thank you, Cloud. Because of you, we survived. Nanaki, you're grown strong too. Oh yeah? Now I know that it wasn't a mistake bringing you here. Come, I have something I want to show you right over here. Okay, but don't forget the materia, guys. And we'll double check their... Yeah, there we go. Cures all status ailments of all allies. Alright, well, I'm pretty sure I have to set this to be able to use the next upgraded version of this. So, yeah. Alright, and then the materia is... Gravity. Okay, what does gravity do? Gravity magic. Oh yeah, this is the halving of HP. Right, that's good. Oh, I mean, I sure do hope that all the materia I'm equipping on Aerith doesn't suddenly disappear. You know, due to unforeseen consequences, perhaps?